we're out in the new territories now at Tuen, and this is where we catch up with the light rail. So there's buses from the likes of New Lansdowne. It's Sunday today, not quite the commuter services we've seen on other visits, but the sort of slightly wet weather has opened up more possibilities for us today. We'll get the buses out of our system, and then we'll go and have a look at the light rail, see if there's any new stop on. Not quite sure if there is or not. There's one thing about going to places that you've been to before, you know where to go. And as it's not sunny, this is a spot where the light is often quite against us. But I probably will usually come here after I've been filming in Kowloon. So the light at the moment's pretty good, really. Can't complain. Blimey, Dave. That's to change, isn't it? Well, you know. I wonder if there's many buses on a Sunday. Obviously the answer to that is yes, there's quite a lot. Working it out, and it's been about 34 years since I first came to Hong Kong, and indeed the new territories. Came out to see the then new light rail system, quite limited extent then, grown a lot now. There we go. getting the attention of the drivers now. Actually, once they know what you're doing, they're very friendly. Of course, got huge numbers of young Hong Kongers who revel in the buses. Shouldn't impact veritably. Oh yes. Better than Nathan Road, this, isn't it, really? I just found a good spot. One thing about coming up to this part, out in new territory, I don't really know exactly what's going to happen. New Lantau, I think. Oh no, Fairview Park, sorry. Got that one wrong. We're standing next to a paper bark tree, and I thought, oh, that'd be nice for our DVD covers. Sort of that. Oh, unusual. As the name suggests, it's sort of feathery, light-coloured. Light-coloured bark. And they put the names of the trees, you know, the type of the tree. No, it's not called Fred. You know what I mean. This is the MTR services here. What about those? Oh, Dave, what are you? Forgetful, getting old. That's New Lantau bus. We're going over to Lantau Island tomorrow. I think tomorrow's penciled in to be truck day down by the port. So we'll get there later. Before we leave, don't worry, it's all scheduled. Not sure if she's waving or adjusting her hair on that one. be a lot of electric cars about now. Buses pulling out, going to get into the stream as they go around and eventually back out again. He means business. I wouldn't want to argue with him. There's drops of moisture falling, but I think it might just be what's on the top of the tree. I've got the brolly in my bag, so we have no panic about rain. Obviously it would be better without it, but I must discover, yeah, I think it is starting to rain actually. I'll get my brolly out. We're now secure under the old brolly. Camera bags at my feet. Got this spare hand to wiggle the belt with, so do the best I can. I'm not the only one with a brolly up now. Oh, I think somebody sneezed. Oh, rain's getting heavier. We've got sort of over and underpasses or whatever, which have got covers, so if it came too wet I could nip up, get some aerial shots. Well, he certainly got some passengers crammed on board there. Standing room only is probably a bit of an understatement. Sure, it's still raining. The drops are still coming down. You can see the people crossing the road in the distance, and they've all got their brollies up. Got a hung line on the tree. That'd be handy, wouldn't it? Life a little bit easier. Yeah, when I first came here, I tended to ignore the public light buses to some degree, which of course is a big mistake. A bit like saying you don't like bread vans back in the day in the UK. It turned out to be quite an important stage. Whether they were a good stage or not is another thing, but certainly paved the way for some of the lower capacity buses. But I suppose buses like cars have grown and grown, so a small bus is probably not far off the size of a full double-decker back in the day. I think it might have stopped raining now. What we'll do is keep the sort of brolly very handy, and it allows me to sort of at least I can pan round a bit easier. The brolly remains ready for instant action. Most cyclists seem to pull up here and adjust their attire, wiggle their lycra into places where it shouldn't go, or extract it from places where it shouldn't go. Come on, we're ready for a few more buses now. Wheel them out. There we go, we're off again. Oh, a bit of wind blowing the water, I think, off the tree. I don't think that's actually rain. Wind's getting up at the moment. Fortunately, I think it might blow in the sunshine. Is that a good or a bad thing? I'm not quite sure. NPR. You can see sun flashing about in the distance. Not sure if it's too badly placed at the moment. I used to try and fit everything into a day here. Do a bit on my island, a bit in Kowloon, and a bit in the new territory, which usually meant being where I am at the moment, but the light will be coming around by the time we got here, so perhaps this is a better way of doing it. These other taxis here. So there's electric vehicles. You can get them other things everywhere. So I'm going to make sure I got a tissue in case I get a spot on my lens. The charge of the light brigade. So what you get here is the departures and arrivals, I think. Something like that anyway. Sunday must be cycling day. Not recycling day, cycling. We've got brollies and sunshine down there now. Room for another one. Car might get in the way. No, sorted. Nice wave. It takes a while for me to realise what I'm doing. I reckon they've got the gist. I don't think it's as much different from the weekday rush hours. One of my favourite spots on Nathan Road, just sort of north of the Jordan MTR entrances, etc., where the nice little gardens raised up above the road. And I might have got a couple of shots there before I sort of made tracks out to the new territories, but with a workman's van, they were doing something in the road. I'm not sure what they were doing in the road, of course. No, if I could tell you that, I'd have told you. I don't know what they were doing in the road. Well, while the sun's good, I'll stick with the action, and if it changes and any major either starts with pouring rain or bright sunshine comes through, I'll adjust as necessary. Have you ever adjusted as necessary? That's what that chap was doing his light with. Yeah, he was adjusting it as well. We get a lot of the Lycra brigade around us at home. Far too many bicycles. We've got 100 cars now. New Landau bus. I don't know what he was saying to the other chap. Perhaps he was saying something about who's enjoyed getting his Lycra out, where he's had his Lycra, I think. Sure, it's in the Chinese highway code that you should let the bus out. But, I think they go on the basis of mights right. Actually, an awful lot of people use the buses. I think they've got more standing in society perhaps than they've got at home. Treated pretty appallingly, really. Sunday's very obviously the day for doing visiting, and all the Filipino maids go off to meet their buddies. That's another load of passengers that you don't get on a Monday to Friday. Chasing around trying to get the mans when they first appeared. Well, I think it was 2018 that I was last stood on this particular spot. Umbrellas still up out there, right? Seems to be okay here. Still leaves on the tree. I think it's very much like their winter though. And of course people are getting ready for Christmas. I have to say, something sort of quite reminiscent of London when you've got a whole load of Kowloon motor buses in red. No difference, there's all the actual jobs. A little bit of a cheekiness going on there. I suppose he couldn't get into his stop. Why didn't he wait? Oh well, it's raining and you know how it is when it's raining. Don't want the passengers to get wet, do we? We're developing a little clutch of buses there now. Oh, that's it. Yes, time for the off. nod, a knowing nod. A knowing nod's not a bad thing, is it? I wonder how long it took me to find this spot when I first came here. Perhaps I didn't on the first attempt. I definitely think the sky is getting a bit brighter. A bit more definition to the shots. All over the place in Hong Kong, including out in the New Territories and Kowloon, the sort of whole dormitory town opened up. Every pathway, every scrap of land, there's all sorts of rough sleepers. Not sure what it's all about. Just sort of refugees from life on the what they used to call mainland China. Nice to know that it's all the same as at home. Oh, ambulance coming down. Saw a few ambulances earlier on. It must be near the hospital. Someone's giving a bit of rally. nice, a little clutch of service as their buses are forming up there. Mouth drying up. What we could do with another drink. Bound to be a coffee shop in there somewhere. Well, I would have thought we've got most variations in the fleets now.
going to be as cold as this tomorrow. I might have to dig my sweater out. I didn't think I was going to need it, but out here in the new territories, I think we're perhaps in a slightly more elevated position. I don't know, elevated positions can be very cold, you know.
A little bit of a lull in the bus services at the moment. I'm sure that won't last. I must be aware though, when I sort of leave this spot and the dry, it could be rather slippery out there on the pavement. And I came across this year in Liverpool on the MCT running day. I went to Perla, and it was the same thing this time though. It was a sort of manhole with shiny metal, and I got rescued, pulled to my feet by some very personable young gentlemen, very kind of them. They must be very strong getting me to my feet, and they said, oh, it's somebody every day when it's raining goes a further on that grid, but it's the same colour as the pavement. It's sort of been sort of an infill in it. I'm sure aesthetically it's probably very nice, but it's something dangerous really. Well, that's Liverpool. I nearly came across here though, some bits of ropey pavement appearing. Not sort of something that we're used to in Hong Kong, but ropey pavements are us. Potholes are us if you're in the UK, of course. More cars about now. Everybody must have had a lay in on this sunny morning and then sprung up and thought, let's get out in there and enjoy the fresh air when it's had a good old rain, slayed some of the smog. No, actually it's not particularly smoggy here. It can be in China though. Oh my goodness, all over the place, awful stuff, claws at your throat, and you can see it, sort of a whole layer of it between the sky and the land of pollution.
judging by the state of my flannel yesterday, there's a bit of pollution in Hong Kong. So many advert jobs these days. I'm supposed to put a whole load in a Kowloon heritage livery.